This is the story of the ghost boats on Pontoosuc Lake. If you walk along Pontoosuc Lake as the sun sets and the stars appear, you might see something strange out on the water. A ghost boat paddled by a shadowy boatman. No one knows who this might be or what he might be looking for, but back and forth he goes from dusk till dawn. This isn't the only ghost said to sail Pontoosuc Lake. Out there on the misty waves, two others may also be rowing, a pair of young Mohicans known as Moonkeek and Shoonkeek. According to an old Berkshire legend, Moonkeek and Shoonkeek wanted to be close, but they were told to keep apart. Because they were cousins, they were not allowed to marry. But because they were in love, they didn't listen. Every night they went together to the woods to be alone. But what they didn't know was that another young man was with them, always hiding in the shadows, always watching where they went. His name was Nakawando. He was jealous of Shoonkeek because he too was in love with beautiful Moonkeek. As he listened to them speaking words of love to one another, his mind grew dark with angry, jealous thoughts. One night, while Nakawando listened, Moonkeek and Shoonkeek made a plan to run away to another village where they would be allowed to marry. "We'll each take a boat," said Shoonkeek, "and row out to the island in the middle of the lake. From there, we'll go together side by side." "But what if they catch us?" Moonkeek asked. "Or what if one of us falls behind? I couldn't live without you." "We must vow to stay together no matter what happens," answered Shoonkeek. "Nothing must keep us apart." And so they vowed. But Nakawando also made a vow. He vowed to murder Shoonkeek before he reached the island, so that he might have Moonkeek all to himself. Before long, when the night came for Moonkeek and Shoonkeek to escape across the lake, Nakawando was there too, hiding in the shadows. And as the two young lovers set out in their boats, the jealous Nakawando shot an arrow from his bow, piercing Shoonkeek through the heart. The young man's body slumped over the side of the boat and sank beneath the lake. Moonkeek screamed out, "Shoonkeek!" as she paddled her canoe toward his. Then suddenly, she stopped. The ghost of Shoonkeek was there in his boat, arms folded and eyes staring straight ahead. As his boat passed her by, she heard his voice call out, "Moonkeek, follow me, Moonkeek." Moonkeek remembered her vow. No matter what happens, nothing must keep us apart. So she stood up in her boat, jumped into the lake, and drowned. Then Moonkeek's ghost also appeared in her canoe, and the two ghosts rowed together side by side. From the shadows on the shore, Nakawando saw the two canoes and heard their ghostly voices calling out, "Shoonkeek, Moonkeek, Shoonkeek, Moonkeek." Terrified, he ran back to the village and hid. He never went back to the lake, and he never told a soul about what he'd seen there that night, nor what he had done. People say they still hear the voices of Moonkeek and Shoonkeek on Pontoosuc Lake. And sometimes they see their spirits out there, paddling side by side. Nothing, not even death, could tear the two apart.